And today I want to talk about lifespan and health span. So, this conversation is prompted by my reading the new article titled Combined Variations in Sleep, Physical Activity, and Nutrition, and the Risk of Major Adverse Cardiovascular Events. It's available on PubMed, free full text. So I definitely encourage you to search it and read the entire article. And it is in a cardiovascular journal. So they are talking about things that people can do to lower their risk of major cardiovascular events, which would therefore lengthen their lifespan, because that one of the top reasons why we die is that major cardiovascular event that kills us. So lifespan is the total amount of time that we are alive. So that's what is on the calendar from the date of our birth to the date of our death. And health span, which is what I help people with in my office, is the amount of time we are free of serious chronic illness and disability that affect our ability to complete the activities of daily living. And I think there's a big conversation, especially in California, about lengthening lifespan and lengthening longevity. And I think we need to focus on not only lengthening longevity, but also lengthening our health span, so that we don't have this 12-year span, which is what we have in America, where our health span is over. We have enough disability. We need help with completing activities of daily living. We have so many chronic diseases and they have so many symptoms that we are not able to view ourselves as independent. But in America, it's a 12-year span on average in between when someone loses that independence, loses their health span, and then finally dies. So not only, I believe, should we increase longevity, but we should also increase the number of years that we have in our health span to ideally as close to the end of our lifespan as possible. And I say that because, especially when you read this study that I just talked about, gave us the title, it's rather easy to increase our longevity. It's relatively easy to begin increasing our lifespan. So these researchers focused on the SPAN behaviors, so that's sleep, physical activity, and nutrition, and they call that SPAN or SPAN. And increasing these three behaviors together can improve longevity. And they found in this study that the benefits can begin as soon as you sleep for 10 more minutes a night. You increase moderate to vigorous physical activity by 5 minutes a day, and you eat the equivalent of an extra quarter cup of vegetables to add to your diet. If you are able to improve your lifestyle by these three factors, they have seen that in their research that may result in a 10% decrease in major adverse cardiovascular events, which include heart attack and stroke. So these are very reachable goals for our clients. Telling them the importance of combining all at the same 3 times. It's like that 3-legged stool. They have to increase them all simultaneously, but focusing on a goal as low as get to bed 10 minutes earlier, do what you need to do, ensure you have 10 more minutes of sleep, do what you need to do to ensure you can increase your moderate to vigorous physical activity by 5 minutes a day, and then add that extra serving of vegetables into your diet to begin to start increasing their longevity. And I have a watch on now which tracks some of my health metrics. If the client has a watch that tracks the health metrics, this might be a way where they can track how much additional sleep are they getting with what they're doing to change their lifestyle, how much additional moderate to vigorous physical activity they're getting as they're adding more activity into their day. And they can see what's on their plate to add that serving of vegetables into their diet. And these are very basic things that someone can do. And understanding, I like this study because it really lets us understand why these behaviors should not be in isolation. It should really be focused on moving that whole triangle of behaviors up, because we see an interrelationship between these behaviors. If we decrease one, we can see decreases in the other. Like if your diet is poor, then that can affect how much you're able to exercise, because if you're not eating enough food, how can you exercise enough? If you don't sleep well at night, you may crave different foods during the day. And if you exercise more, that may increase the quality of your sleep. And if you sleep more, it can help you to exercise better, because if you're not getting good sleep, you're not going to be as wanting to exercise, or your ability to exercise is going to be impaired. So you can see the benefits from lifestyle changes handling all three of these aspects. So they did talk about their optimal protocol. So these little changes are just like a good first step that can help to decrease the risk. The optimal protocol, according to the authors in this research study, is 8 to 9.5 hours a night of sleep, from 40 to 105 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity. And if you really dig into, find the free full text of that, and then dig into the resources in the bottom, they will actually show you the chart of how they calculated a dietary quality score. So they want the optimal protocol for this longevity the longevity protocol is going to be a dietary quality score of 33 to 50. And the researchers estimated the dietary quality score based on a higher intake of vegetables, higher intake of fruits, higher intake of fish and dairy, higher intake of whole grains and vegetable oils, and then a lower intake of refined grains, lower intake of processed meats, lower intake of unprocessed red meats, and zero intake of sugar sweetened beverages. So that's basically what they're looking at for a dietary quality score. And again, if you read the free full text of this paper, you can see, if you kind of dig into the resources, they show you the full chart. They show you what is the ideal daily serving of each different category, and how many points is plus, and what is an unideal serving, and how that is going to subtract points from the dietary quality score. So it looks like in this research, clients can use, again, that watch to calculate if they're getting an improved sleep from how they're changing their lifestyle behaviors. They can see in the watch also tracking the moderate to vigorous exercise. They can see improvements in that. And then they can see in their diet how which meals that they're making. By keeping that score and that list of what they're eating, they can help to calculate their own dietary quality score. So that is some very simple advice on increasing lifespan, which is why I really like to turn to increasing health span. And I think these behaviors can increase health span as well, because a lot of things that we see is that your exercise, your nutrition, and your sleep quality is going to affect your body's ability to handle chronic illness and chronic illness symptoms. It's very important to get care and stay on top of your self-management for any chronic diseases that you have, and really understand the impact of your lifestyle and how you're sleeping, how you're exercising, how you're approaching stress reduction, how you're approaching nutrition is going to help you stay healthy for as long as possible. And we want to increase that health span, particularly that moderate to vigorous exercise and the correct exercise for you according to what your body needs can help your body to stay stronger, which is going to keep you farther away from inactivity, which will eventually result in frailty and then the inability to complete the activities of daily living. So I like to focus in my own, if we're just talking about me, as a 51-year-old, I want to focus on my longevity and these healthy behaviors, and also focus on my health span to be as active as possible, so I can stay as active as possible for as long as possible, because I want to increase my health span and be healthy, be able to complete my activities of daily living, be able to have independence and support the people around me, be able to reduce my stress so I am more peaceful in my life and have more of these positive social relationships. We know that community and lack of isolation, lack of loneliness is so important for both health span and longevity. To be able to be a functioning member of a community, have life goals, and have these relationships with others is going to help me to live not only a longer health span, but also I think the bottom line in all of this is to be happy today and then happy in each future day of my life, by living out why I think I'm on this earth, why I think I am put here, and have these life goals and have this general happiness with life, which will enable me to be eager to continue to do my self-care, and take care of myself and do what I need to stay healthy, to have that long health span, have that long life, have that long longevity. Because I think the real bottom line is, if we all want to live till 90, but we need caregivers, we can't be independent that whole life, we're not going to have as full and a robust life as if we did have that health span. And even if we did have a long health span, if we're not getting up and enjoying some parts of every day of our life, if we're not practicing gratitude now, so we have that strong gratitude muscle as we go forward in our life, to enable us to live gracefully each of our days, it's less of a quality life as we get older if we don't bring gratitude with us, if we don't bring thanks, if we don't bring community and our friends and our loved ones with us into these later years in our life. So I would recommend that if you're interested in improving your longevity, definitely read this article. It's a really informative read. They really did a good job looking at the research to give us the tools that we need to improve our longevity. Again, the title is Combined Variations in Sleep, Physical Activity, Nutrition, and the Risk of Major Adverse Cardiovascular Events. It's available free full text, so you can look it up on PubMed, you can look it up on your search engine, and really dig and dive into this text and understand which behaviors are really going to help reduce our risk of these major cardiovascular events, which is the number one, if not the top. It's among the top reasons that most of us will pass away, is because of this major cardiovascular event. So if we can just start and take that first simple step to improve sleep, to improve our nutrition by adding more vegetables to our diet, to improve our the number of minutes that we're doing this moderate to vigorous physical activity a day, we will be taking the first step towards improving our health span and our longevity. Thank you so much, and have a great day.